Welcome back to Keys Prop Hunt. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. Starting out here, let's look at the left-hand side. You got Burrows from Houston struggling with lefties. Libator, Nola at Washington have some decent lefties in that lineup. Garcia has been hot. Woods always a threat to go yard. Let's go here. Got Assad, that game already played. So really we're starting out at this Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Louder. Let's look into him. So not a high batting average for lefties or righties. However, does not have the swing and strike stuff. The K percentage is not really there either. The K to walk is definitely not there for lefties. Very low ground ball, fly ball. So we'll look into him first. Scrolling down here, you'll notice a little change with the pitch type breakdown table. Replace K percentage with put away percentage here. Looking to see what pitches is he going to on 2 strikes, and how is he faring putting batters away, and then swing and strike here. How many whiffs is he getting across the number of pitches that he's throwing for each of those pitch types. Okay, so starting out here, using his four seam for the most part, is getting some putaways with it. The swing and strike isn't there, so it looks like he's looking for command there more than anything. So four seamer wise, you got Bowers 388, 11% barrel. Terang 281. Does have K there though, so you got to keep that in mind. Hamilton has a couple home runs there. Mitchell with some barrel. Let's look last 30. So Hamilton's really been hitting it, 3 home runs, 7% barrel. Terang dropped way off. He is normally the lefty that I look in that lineup to get a hit. I feel like Milwaukee's due for some runs here. It's been 2 low scoring games in this series so far. I think they won 2-1 the first game and maybe 2-0 yesterday. But I will say Terang does not look good against this four-seamer for some reason. He also is only averaging 93 on that, though. Did hit it yesterday for a single against Petty at 97. A bunch of strikeouts here, though. So I'll stay away. I won't force him. Don't necessarily know Mitchell to put him in there. Bowers is always he's a home run threat for them. Looks like he's giving up home runs to this slider though. Let's look at this changeup real quick. 26% usage. The batting average is not there. He's not necessarily getting putaways with it. Swing and strike 10% outside the slider. That's his highest swing and strike percentage there. Last 30, you got Bowers 556. I said 556. Yeah, 556 here. 9 at bats, so not a huge sample size here. Terang 222. Full season wise, Terang 208. So I may stay away here because Terang's normally the guy that I go with. Mitchell has been looking good though here. Sinker wise, Terang is hitting that. Still can a bit there. Mitchell 400. Frelick's really hitting that 391. Dang, I didn't know Terang was K'ing like this. I thought he didn't K that much. And then Mitchell 25% barrel against his slider in the last 30. Could go Mitchell here for a homer, maybe. He's struggling with his slider, 3 home runs. I'm pretty sure he had some barrel against his four-seamer. 16% across 12 events. Is it Mitchell or Hamilton? Hold on, I'm getting their names confused. Oh, it's Mitchell there, but Hamilton has some barrel too. The same number of events. Either or here. Chalk play is Bowers for homer. Terrain does not look good here at all, which surprises me. But I don't know too much about Mitchell or Hamilton to bank on him. Hamilton is more so at the bottom of the lineup. I'm not sure where Mitchell is in the lineup for them. Let's move on there. Actually, I want to look at the other side too. I feel like this should be a game. I'm looking at where I'm not going lefty on lefty. 4 home runs for Drohan here. Getting some swinging strikes with this four-seamer. Putting righties away. You got Eli just came back. 350, 31% barrel across 16 events. Steer with some barrel too, 30% across 10. Stewart with some barrel too. So they're looking good against this four-seamer. I'll look last 30. So only 2 events for Steer, 50% barrel. Barreled one home run. When do you do that? So did it at the beginning of June. Hasn't seen lefties much. You got Stewart 400 here. Eli only 2 at bats and events. I will look last year to get a full season. Not much last year for them. Steers 7%. Eli looked bad. However, he is hitting lefties better this year. Okay, that's the four-seamer. Look at this curve. So who's not striking out here? You got McLean, Trevino. Steer has 1 strikeout but does have a barrel. Stewart has a barrel here too. Let's look last year. It's not a big sample size there. So McLean was hitting it. I think McLean's at the bottom of the lineup though. Not a big sample size for Steer. As I mentioned, Eli is hitting lefties better this year though. Not a lot to go with there. Let's look at this sinker. This sinker's getting barreled. McLean 600, Dunn 400. I think Dunn's still leading off. I'm pretty sure. Both Stewart and Eli have some barrel there. Both a home run. Stewart might be in play for a homer here. Myers is normally a platoon guy. Ideal launch angle there for Steer recently. .108 there for Stewart. So just saw it. Since he's not good though, like at all. So he's not missing bats with this sinker or this cutter. So look for that to be the pitch somebody hits. Steer has a homer against it. So does Stewart. Stewart's got a homer about against every single pitch he's throwing. To be honest. Let's look last year, full season. Steer has one last year. It might be Stewart. 20% barrel across 20 events. So 4 barrels for him on the full season. 2 home runs. None in the last 30 though. I want to lean Stewart number 1 here maybe for a homer, and then possibly Steer will be my second pick there. Let's move on. Left-hand side. You got McCullers. I think they're going to have an opener for him, though, and I hate that opener. You don't know how long they're going to leave the opener in there. It's going to be a lefty just because Philly has so many lefties, so I have no clue when McCullers comes in or how many at-bats they're going to get against him. So I'm going to stay away from that one. Fetty, Cleveland, that game started. Mal, I don't really trust the lefties in the Athletics lineup outside of like Kurtz, but he's, he has a strikeout, problem there. And then Sanfran's not necessarily a ballpark to attack. Did yesterday. It's like, yeah, don't really care for there. Let's look this change up. 14, about a 15% swing and strike on it. You got Luke's. Should be at the top of the lineup. 417. Valenzuela, 308. I don't think he's in the lineup. And then Varsho looks good there too. Let's look last 30. So Varsho does have a barrel there and a home run, as does Valenzuela. Oh, he homered yesterday against this changeup. So did just see it. Burrow's he's not good. So let's look last year full season view. Varsho 419, 26% barrel, almost 27. I do like that. Let's look at this 4-seamer. Only 224 for Varsho, 317 for Sanchez. I don't think Sanchez is in the lineup. Luke's 333. Still a 19% barrel here for Varsho. Last year 18.2. So it looks like more so for homers for him. And this is what Burrows is giving up. 8 home runs to this 4-seamer to lefties. Look last 30. 22% barrel, so 2 barrels across those 9 events. Luke's still 350. Okay. This curveball. Nothing there for Varsho, but no strikeout. Luke's is hitting it. 417 for Luke's. Varsho, not so much. So off the bat here, I'd lean Luke's for a hit here. And then I'm liking Varsho, possibly homer here. He bats behind, I think, Akamoto. Like he's a rookie. Just came over, but he has power. So if Burrows try to pitch around him, Varsho can go yard here. And he's struggling with lefties. He is giving up homers to righties too. I think the chalk play is to go with Kamamoto here. But he looks good against this pitch mix too. What are you? So really not getting any swing. Let's see how he's doing against this slider. So he's striking out a bunch there. He's giving up power to about all of them. So 14.8 for Kamamoto here. Vlad looks very good for a hit outside of that slider, which he's not striking out though. I say you could go either or there for a home run wise. A Kamamoto or Varsho. I lean Varsho because he's really struggling with lefties, but the ground ball fly ball does favor righties. For Burrows does have a better K percentage against righties too. Okay, moving on. Still looking at lefties. We can look at weighted OBA. Just see. So you got Nola here facing Washington. Should see a bunch of lefties today. He has this knuckle curve. Not really going to see much there. They have some strikeouts against it. Garcia 333 last year, 23% K, 20% barrel though. See if any of those were against Nola. So he had a fly out there. And he had a home run off Nola with this knuckle curve. Garcia has been hitting recently. To be honest, not much this year on that. Looks like he probably will go with that for his put away though. Abrams hasn't struck out against it. Only a small sample size though. Let's see what his 23 outside of him there, 30 or higher, and then these two. Did see it a little bit there. Okay, that is the knuckle curve. This four seamer, he's not missing bats on. So you got Wood as usual chalk play. Where's Garcia 250? Abrams has sold us before. So I don't be trusting Abrams honestly. Let's look last 30. So 357 for Garcia, 23% barrel, 13 events. Wood 18% barrel across 11 events. He's striking out a bunch. However, Nola's not necessarily missing bats with it. Is more so his command is getting him some put away there. I don't know how this changeup is not getting hit. So Garcia here, 3 home runs against this changeup in the last 30. Wood is not seeing a changeup much at all. I kind of want to ride the hot hand of Garcia, to be honest. But when I think if Nola is to make a mistake here, Wood is a one to go yard. However, Garcia has been hot in June. .280. I lean Garcia for a hit here. I did see that they moved him to closer to the bottom of the lineup though. I don't know why that was. Maybe that was the day they were facing a lefty and I seen it. He's usually number 2 behind Wood. So I expect that low K percentage for him as well. And then more so Wood chalk play for a homer. Does have the K problems. However, outside of that knuckle curve, Nola's not really missing bats, especially with the four seamer. And so if you have to come into the zone with the four seamer with Wood, I see him sending it. So I lean Wood for a homer here. Garcia could do it though. Has been hot in June, as I mentioned. But let's move on from there. Still looking at lefties. This LA game's already played. Assad already played too. Jacks. So home run side. We went over Louder. I don't really care to go lefty on lefty with Cameron. Perez already played. Bobby's playing. Levitor, maybe Carroll. Manga not going lefty on lefty. Joe Ryan facing LA. He could give up some homers there for sure. Jack's facing Kansas City. Cagalone has been hot, so he could go there. Um, let's see. Okay, that may be it from the left-hand side. Okay, let's go back to weighted OBA. So Miles facing the Athletics. You got some good righties there. G-Loft has been hot. Wilson's always somebody that puts it in play. So let's look at this real quick. Four-seamer, 45% of the time. The put-away's there, but he's not missing bats. So he's trying to place this. And they all have a lot of strikeouts against this four-seamer. Sheesh. That does not look good at all. Slider, G-Lops is hitting it. Also not so much. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend much time here. I don't care for that matchup. Freeland's already playing. Cleveland's already playing. Texas already playing. Libertor versus Arizona. Marte, maybe. Okay. This four-seamer is not missing bats and he's getting trouble. 11% barrel. Arenado, 474. Marte, 357. 14% barrel, 14 events. So I do like that. .277 last year. Perdomo looks pretty good there. What is he doing this year? Where are you? 238. None of them are really can towards this though. So that's a good thing. 250. Okay. The change up real quick. Okay, not much there. 357 for Marte. 333 for Perdomo. Full season wise, what does it look like? 289 across 38 at bats, 12% barrel. Possibly Marte here. Not much there. Does have a barrel and a home run against that curveball. So Glass here, full season view, 500, 30% barrel, so 3 barrels. Marte looks good here against Libertor. 286, 40% barrel against his slider, on which he is getting swing and strike stuff on. Not so much last year. Did have 2 home runs. I like Marte here for a hit, possibly for a homer. Libertor, what have you been doing? So a 14% barrel last 30, 5 home runs against righties. Yeah, I like Marte here. Moving on. As I said, I don't really trust this. From the right-hand side, maybe Turner, just because I know they're going to start with lefty here. So he should see that lefty at the beginning of the lineup. And then Turner does not look good. Only at 8% K, though. That looks good, but outside of that, you got Baum here, too. Baum's been pretty good this year. Not really getting swings and misses on there. Slider. Maybe I lean Baum here. Bombs dropped off there. I may leave this game alone. As I said, I don't like that opener concept. Don't really trust their righties right now. It may be a short one here. Let me look at swing and strike stuff. Oh, I kind of like Weathers to give up one here. He has been better recently, though. I think still 8 home runs in the last 30 days. He's missing bats with his changeup, but he is giving it up for power. I do like Verling's not striking out there. He's the person I'd be looking for power here. 750. 40% barrel for Carlson here, so 2 barrels in the last 30. Nothing for Dingler. That's the changeup. Let's see where he's not necessarily missing bats. His 4-seamer. 308 for Dingler. 13% barrel. Where is Verling? 222. So it doesn't look too good for Verling there. Not striking out at all. Verling, 13% strikeout. He is DH in today though, so possibly there. I don't know how this sinker is not. I think Weathers gives up one here. I just don't know who yet. I want to say to Carlson just because of that changeup. I believe it was the changeup that he was getting some barrel on. 19% across 26 events. Dingler 10% on 48 events though. So either or with those, Verling should see the lineup against a lefty platoon. He should be at the top of the lineup as well. Yeah, that may be it on my end. Someone that it doesn't look on paper that it's going to be a good matchup for is Alvarez. I noticed today that he's been hitting in June, and I didn't even notice. 359 with this 4-seamer. 261 recently though. Savage is not necessarily missing bats with it though. 9% swing and strike. Let's look at this splitter. Has a barrel there. 308 on the year. Let's look last year full season view. 40. Just someone that I noticed that was hitting, being Alvarez. So, I mean, 340 on the season across those. Just it didn't look good in the last 30. 261. The K's though. What was it full season? That slider. It looks like he could K here, honestly. Given this K percentage, 22% isn't like terrible by any means. But as I mentioned, I've been noticing that he's been hitting. I do like the exit velocity and launch angle here. So long shot home run play is Jordan Alvarez against Savage. Okay, I think that's it for me today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions when you're using the platform, please let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys.